Hello everyone and welcome back to Sarah's Abstract Expressions. My name is Sarah. Today I'm going to show you how I mix my paints, how much silicone I use, what kind of paints I like to use, and all that fun stuff. The pool results that I put out were a little mixed, so I'm just going to show you how to do it all. Also, I'm going to be starting a new series today where I paint with things that I find at the dollar store. So I'm going to get you set up and we will get started. Firstly, the last video, I cannot thank you enough for all the overwhelming support that I got on it. I really wasn't expecting it, so thank you. I'm just absolutely just blown away. It's amazing. You guys are fantastic. So I'm going to be showing you how I paint, and I paint rather on a shoestring. I don't know. Rather tight budget. I am on government disability, so I don't get a lot of money. So painting is all I can do to really, you know, it's not too expensive, but it's still something I can do that relieves my stress. There are different kinds of paint that you can use, and I usually get my paint at Michael's because I found this neat little trick with their app. If you're a Michael's app member, whatever, you can get a 30% off coupon that you can use like several times a day. So I will go from, because I have two Michael's in my city, I'll go from the North End one to my South End one, and I will use it twice, and I get my 30% off both times. So like I was saying, there's different kinds of paint. This is, well, craft paint. This is tube paint. This is also another tube paint, but it's level 1 versus level 2. And this is level 3. So I do have these two mixed up and they're off to the side. I'm going to show you how I mix up just my level 1 paints for now. This is Artisoft, a deep yellow, and yeah. Let me just peel off that because that's gross. Is it gonna... That was rude. I'm also going to show you how I mix some of my custom colors once I'm done with this. I use Floetrol in water. I have to use my new tub, so I gotta shake it. Ah! I don't know why. This one's like with a white lid. My last one had an orange lid. I've already gone through a gallon. So, because Canada is so fantastic with how they like to sell their paints and stuff, I cannot buy Floetrol at Home Depot like you guys can. And all my prices that I'm mentioning for things will be in Canadian. Because I saw one of the top results on my poll was people just don't have the money. Another result I got was time, but that's a you problem. Sorry. So, I like to use tube paints. I find that this stuff is just too runny and doesn't have enough pigment to really work with, and it causes crazing because of how much water they put in it. That reminds me, I will do a video on to show you what causes cracking and crazing, because I've seen it a few times and people just don't know. So, I've added Floetrol, just enough to cover my globule of paint, really. You can add more. It just dilutes the pigment down, I find. But, yeah. So, while I'm doing this, I'm also going to tell you the story of how I started pour painting on, like, literally nothing because, well, Jeff got me into it. It was January, it was cold, I was depressed and just not feeling the greatest, so he was like, okay, let's go out, we're going shopping. And I'm like, okay, whatever. He knows that shopping usually makes me feel better, but this day I just wasn't feeling it. So this is my squirt bottle of water. This is kind of thick, so because it's yellow, it kind of reminds me of mustard right now. It's very thick. Kind of want it to be thinner. I'll add a little bit of water at a time because it's easier to add water to it to thin it out than it is to try to make it thicker again. Because I've done that before and that's a pain in the bum. So like I said, he's like, okay, we're gonna go shopping. I'm like, okay, whatever. We were out shopping. He brought me to Dulux to get Floetrol, and I'm like, I have no idea. I thought he had a paint job because he's a house painter. Or was a house painter. So, after we got the Floetrol, we ended up at our local dollar store. Where we picked up, like, because we didn't know any better at this point. We were just starting. We picked up, I think it was actually some more of this kind of paint and some poopy little canvases they had. I even learned how to make gesso with baby powder and paint and water. It was neat. But over time, like, I honestly started painting on a little blue table, to say the least. It was just ridiculous. So, like a play table, you know, that you sit outside for your kids. So I'm gonna put some of this in here. Like that. I get these containers, like these ones at my dollar store for like $2.50 for a pack of 3, which I thought was awesome. These cups, these are 10-ounce cups, and I get a pack of 36 for $3. Woo! And the popsicle sticks. Sorry, brain fart. Popsicle sticks I got at Walmart, and it was a box of 1,000 for like $3 or something like that. $3 or $4. I don't remember. So I'm going to show you how I mix my custom colors. Like, I'll mix it in the cup just to make my life easier and not have an entire container dedicated to the color unless I absolutely need it. Oh, this is going to be stuck. Try to get the one. Ooh. So put some of that at the bottom. Need paper towel. So like I was saying, I painted on a little blue table that first night, and he showed me a random video. Like, he set me all up and was like, okay, watch this, and then we're gonna try. And I'm like, okay. So I tried, and the first thing I ever did was a swipe. In hindsight, it turned out like poop. But whatever. I still had fun and found a lot of therapy in it. I'll be right back. Had to get Jeff with his man hands to open this for me, so yeah. Oh, I'm gonna do some storage. Give me a second. It does separate a bit over time, I find, but that's no big deal. Now I'll add shim like that. There, orangey red, perfect. Clean that off now so it doesn't stick like that again. Jeez, that was ridiculous. Next is just regular colors. So next color I'm going to be using, and this will be my golden turquoise. So pretty. Oops. I do love this golden though, it's so nice. Shuffle that down. Next is Grumbacher, and Grumbacher comes in these tubes. See? Grumbacher. This is dioxazine purple if I can get it open. It's very full, so I'm skeptical to be rough with it. Purple. After that, I'm going to do one of those custom dealies again, but this time I'm going to do it with my gray. I don't want it to be so friggin' dark. Like, Payne's Gray is rather dark, and I kind of want it to be lighter for this, so I'm going to put some at the bottom like that. Need more paper towel. Now, I'm going to add some white. I got this one at the dollar store as well. One of my more favorite containers I found recently. Okay. Please unstick. Ugh. Ah! That was violent. Man, once I managed to get it to not... Oh, I painted myself. Oh well. Paint my hair? No. Okay. There. White. Need 2 more stir sticks. Okay. Payne's Gray and white. I get a lighter Payne's Gray. I need that again in a bit, but for now, I'm going to introduce to you... No, I'm not. Hahaha. Okay, well, it's this is the weird thing I will be pouring the paints into. Eventually, it's little... See? Batter thingy. So. I like to use Artist Loft silicone. Again, get this at Michael's. Come on, found. There it is. Excuse me for the hiccups. I had some hickory sticks. They were good. So, I do have an experiment that I'll be linking here of the different kinds of silicone oils I use. And then I can also link another one here with how much is too much. So, now, I'm gonna just kind of get these all arranged. And because of how much paint I have in each one of these cups, I think I'm only going to add like 4 drops. 2, 3, 4. So over time, I've made some smaller changes to my studio and my setup just to try to make it better on myself. I eventually, because Canada and winter time, I eventually moved my studio to the basement because it was, well, just makes my life easier. I don't have to freeze to try and paint, because before I had it out in my sunroom and it made it difficult for things to dry without freezing, and yeah, so it's just better that I'm down here now. So now I've mixed the silicone in. I'm going to take the lid off this thing. And see what I can do. Because I have a square 12 by 12 canvas. I don't actually need too much paint, but at the same time I want to have enough that I can move it around without it looking all funky. One of my cats is having the pee of the century. So yeah, picked this weird thing up at the dollar store forever ago and was like, I want to paint with. And then eventually I was like, I don't know if I should actually paint with it, and don't, like, maybe I should actually use it with, you know, maybe I should actually, I'm sorry, I'm having such a brain fart right now. I don't even remember what I was saying. Go brain? Oh, that one hurts my head. Oh, okay. Whatever. So I'm gonna try and go for like a decent amount of layers, but I don't know how well that's gonna work out considering. Hi, Emily. Just came barging in here like, what? Oh. Off on a mission you are, aren't you? But I really don't remember what I was saying, and this kind of gonna bug me. So I've tried filming this once before, and I just like forgot half the stuff I wanted to say, and there's so many dead spots, and I was just like, I'm gonna retry. Because I just was not happy, of course. I'll go with that one. I'll go with this one. Okay, I'm gonna call it good there because I don't want to go too much over that. I will be back in a couple of minutes with the canvas. It'll be whited out and all that jazz, so cleaning and stuff, yeah. So I like to wear gloves when I'm pour painting because I just don't like having to clean all the paint off my hands afterwards. You don't have to wear gloves. Gloves are expensive, and I get it. I just do it to try and make it look nicer for you guys too. So I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to try and see what happens here. It kind of just pukes out so fast, eh? It's the most Canadian thing I've said in a while. Wow, it's going to be wild, I can tell you that right now, though. Okay. So the way to get big cells, I find, is you can torch it now, just to pop air bubbles and whatever else is here. But it'll also start bringing up more cells, so you can just kind of stretch them. I'm gonna go down with it just to... I mean, I have a lot of paint here, so I kind of gotta tilt a good amount of it off. Some vicious tail flicks happening down there. Cool. I like it. Sorry, I get focused when I'm tilting and just look at it. Look at it. How couldn't I be? Like, I was just like, oh, this is great. Torch. So this torch I actually picked up at something we call in Canada Princess Auto. You guys would call it Harbor Freight in the States. And it was on sale for 10 bucks, so we picked up a butane torch because I was using a propane torch for the longest time. So and you know, you can buy cans of butane refill without really much of a problem. So I'm going to let this sell out for a little bit. Ha ha ha. And I will be back with a wet flyby. am in absolute astonishment of this. I love how it came out. This color wheel is just proving to be a fantastic dollar spent because I would have never thought of these color combinations without it. That is for sure. Let me know what you guys think of this one down in the comments below. Share with your friends to spread the love. I do hope this video guys taught you guys something, and I really cannot thank you enough for the support on the last one, to the extent where I had to film this one and I was going to release a different one, but you guys got this one first. So I will see you on the next one.